I will explain about the Islamic tradition in Bosnia. This tradition has been passed on for generations and has got place in their citizens' heart. Bosnia and Herzegovina's colorful past is evident in its centuries-old architectural marvels, art scene and cuisine. There are three main constituent peoples in the country, namely the Bosniaks, the Serbs, and the Croats, and each group maintains its ethnic distinction. Turkish influence is evident in many elements of culture as the country was occupied by the Ottomans for almost 400 years. This caused the population to develop diverse religious sects, including Roman Catholicism, Eastern Orthodox Christianity, and Islam. The culture that I am going to explain may sound ordinary, but trust me, as it is useful for us to practice in our daily life. Enough of that. The tradition is about their coffee culture. Drinking coffee in Bosnia is more than just a grab-and-go affair. It is even more than just sipping a beverage. When you are here, you will soon notice that having coffee is considered a social event and perhaps the nation's favorite pastime. It is a leisurely affair. You sit down at the cafe, nurse your strong Bosnian coffee, and spend hours talking to friends or family. As this practice is very suitable for us, as a Muslim, to practice communicating with others and strengthen the friendship so that any misunderstanding can be avoided. As a Muslim, we are told to never be divided, and that we must be good to Muslim and non-Muslim to give a good impression to others. Other than that, the next tradition of Bosnia is treating house guests as a family. A guest in a Bosnian household will be treated with boisterous warmth and sent off with a full tummy. The hospitality is supposed to go both ways, so if you find yourself invited to their house, it is a good idea to bring small gifts for the host, and in return, you will be plied with coffee, sweets, and excellent food. Do note that if your host is a Muslim, it is a tradition to remove your shoes and put on a pair of slippers before entering the house. As we recall, when Rasulullah saw Hijra to Medina, Ansar gives places for Muhajirin to stay and also their properties and energy to the Muhajirin as they follow Rasulullah to Hijra and left all their belongings back in Mecca. Then the Muhajirin helps the Ansar to keep peace and developing the nation. This truly shows that the Bosnian follows the Muhajirin and Ansar story in their daily life, as it is proven that helping each other can help building a person attitude and even a nation.
I will tell you about the Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is gift-giving, and will elaborate more about this. Next is gift-giving, which is an important extension of Bosnian hospitality to strengthen relationships with friends and family. As we know, gift-giving, it's a special occasion to let family and friends know that you care by giving gifts. In short, people give gifts as a way of showing thoughtfulness, love, and affection. Any kind of event is considered as a gathering to get to know each other more, such as special events like religious holidays or when visiting someone's house as mentioned above. As a rule of thumb, you are also expected to reciprocate when being gifted. We can give anything as a gift as long as it is relevant, and it is also a sign of appreciation as we invited them to their event. This could build memories between each other that we care, and the gift will stay as proof to the receiver that we feel grateful to be part of their occasion. I will present the video that people in Bosnia and Herzegovina is gift-giving.
So ada hak talatan apa? Okay? Iya. Ini satu. Yalah apa?
I would like explain more about its tradition that attached straight from Islam believing, which is related to folk remedies and superstitions. Islam does not acknowledge the concept superstition and condone such behavior. Even so, we still cannot deny that superstition and folk's remedy exist everywhere in the world, including our very own country, Malaysia. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, some are completely unique while some have overlapping themes with our countries and alternative beliefs among them. For example, no clipping nails after sundown, wearing socks soaked in rakia, fruit brandy, will cure fever, chilling draft entering the room can make you sick, and so on. Some Bosnians are still guided by these beliefs. although they might not be taken so seriously by younger now. In addition, instead of clipping nail at night, it's better to be done on Friday before noon, as it is a sunnah before performing Jamaat Salah. At the very least, they make for interesting ideas and good stories. There are still more folk remedies and superstitions other than I stated.
Now let's move on to their traditional foods. Traditional Bosnian food shares similarities with Turkish and Mediterranean cuisine, a legacy of 499 years of Ottoman rule. Typical dishes include organic meat, usually lamb or beef to meet halal requirements, slow cooked in their juices with a seasoning of spices. Meals tend to be light with generous portion of vegetables. Here I would like to introduce you to some of their traditional foods. The first one is sevepi. Sevepi are small, oblong-shaped kebabs from lamb and beef served in somun, which is a Bosnian pita bread with raw onion. Basically, the locals eat for lunch, dinner or as a snack. The chef grilled the meat and served between 5 to 10 individual kebabs on a plate with sour cream sauce. Each restaurant cooks and seasons in a different way, making each sevepi slightly different, which make people want to try each of it. The second one is burek. The burek comes from Turkey, brought to the Balkans by Ottoman. Bureks have a flaky pastry with meat, cheese or spinach filling. Almost every bakery in the country sells the greasy snack, which is sometimes sold individually or by weight. Tourists and locals tend to have a love-hate relationship with it. On the one hand, a delicious and filling snack, and the other, they are very greasy and full of fat. The third traditional foods are begova korba. The begova korba, or base soup in English, was an Ottoman favorite. Slow-cooked chicken and vegetables such as carrots, potatoes and celery, and then boiled into a thick, creamy stew, making a warm appetizer. Base soup is often served with sour cream or sauce in a clay bowl, and locals cook and eat this soup especially during holidays and festivities.
Number 4. Dolma. Dolma is another dish food around the Balkans and Mediterranean. Bosnia adds its own delicious twist. Vegetables such as eggplant, peppers and zucchini are stuffed with either meat or rice and seasoning. Bosnians serve meat dolma warm, often with lemon-based sauce, and rice dolma at room temperature with yogurt-based garlic sauce. In Mostar, a regional specialty is the sogan dolma using an onion as the base vegetable. Number 5. Tufahia. The Ottomans liked their sweet desserts and introduced tufahia to Bosnia. An apple boiled in sugar and stuffed with walnuts is served with its syrup and whipped cream in a large glass. Super sweet tufahia complements the strong, bitter taste of Bosnian coffee, and locals tend to enjoy both at the same time.
With a Muslim population of over 15%, Bosnia is one of Europe's most unique destinations for halal-friendly travel. Combining a harrowing history, a rich culture, unique cuisine, and quite beautiful scenery, visitors to Bosnia come back with memories well past their expectations. Bosnia has a very rich culture and historic heritage dating back to 12,000 before century Roman period, the Muslim Ottoman period, Austro-Hungarian period, and the period between the two world wars. During the aggression war on Bosnia and Herzegovina in the period 1992 until 1995, the cultural heritage suffered extensive damage and a large portion of it was destroyed. Here are some places in Bosnia for you to explore. Emperor Mosque. The Emperor Mosque is an important landmark in Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina, being the first mosque to be built in 1457 after the Ottoman conquest of Bosnia. It is the largest single sub-dome mosque in Bosnia and Herzegovina, built in the classical Ottoman style of the era. It was built by one Isakovic Haranusic, who dedicated to the Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror of Constantinople. Considered one of the most beautiful mosques of the Ottoman period in the Balkans, the mosque features a roomy interior and high-quality decorative details, such as the mihrab. The original mosque was built in the mid-15th century, damaged and totally destroyed at the end of that century. It was rebuilt in 1565 and dedicated this time to Suleiman the Magnificent. The mosque was damaged during World War II, but mostly in the wars during the 1990s. The first settlements in Sarajevo were built around the mosque, with the residence of the Sultan's representative then being built next to the mosque. Isa Bey also built a hammam, which is public bath, and a bridge that led directly to the mosque.
Bridge. The northern end of the bridge was the site of the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria by Gavrilo Princip in 1914, which became casus belli of World War I. Judging by its foundation, it is the oldest among the preserved bridges in the city. The census of the Sanjak of Bosnia from 1541 mentions the bridge on the spot built by the leatherworker Hussein, son of servant. The first bridge seems to have been made of wood because the court record from 1565 witnessed the stone bridge was built by the eminent citizen of Sarajevo, Ali Ajnibek. A terrible flood on 15 November 1791 badly damaged the bridge, and its reconstruction was financed by the Sarajevo merchant Abdullah Aga Briga. Someone worked out that the year when it was rebuilt can be obtained from the numerical values in the word Briga. It is 1213, which is by Islamic calendar equals the year of reconstruction 1798. Okay, next, Mostar Bridge. Stari Mos, also known as Mostar Bridge, Turkish Köprüsü, is a rebuilt 19th century Ottoman bridge in the city of Mostar in Bosnia and Herzegovina that crosses the river Neretva and connects the two parts of the city. The old bridge stood for 4,027 years until it was destroyed on 9 November 1993 by Croat paramilitary forces during the Croat-Bosniak War. Subsequently, a project was set in motion to reconstruct. The rebuilt bridge opened on 23 July 2004.
As for conclusion, Muslim individuals and families live around the world in many different countries and practice their faith in similar ways. Cultural variation, such as architecture, foods and tradition may vary, but fundamentally, Muslims are governed by the same principles found in the Quran. Of note is the fact that in the year 2000, the number of Muslims surpassed the number of Christians in the world. This may mean that Islam will be more visible in years to come in Western cultures. Insights and information from this video can be a helpful way to facilitate more visibility and understanding about Muslim culture in Bosnia and Herzegovina.